What's up, world? This is Louis A. Manley III.
And I'm Adrian Hector.
And this is the We're All We Got podcast. This is WAWG, We're All We Got. We talk about Black excellence such as family, business, entertainment, fashion, food, sports, and mental health. Today we have very, very special guests, Devin and Danielle Thomas.
What's up?
Hey, how y'all doing today?
Man, good, bro. Nice to see you, man.
Good. Nice seeing you too, man.
Hell
It's been a minute, right?
It's been a minute, bro. Skeegee days.
Yeah, you know that.
Shout out to Ski.
More
Shout
than
out.
family, right?
Yeah, more than family, bro.
Yeah, man. So tell us a little bit about your businesses. You have you the CEO of Medicated Creator, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then you're also the co-founder of Crucian Gardens Apparel.
Yes.
Correct.
And then Mrs.
Yes.
Thomas is the CEO
That's
of
right.
Crucian
she
Gardens
run, she
Apparel,
run
right?
the whole train.
I am the CEO and designer.
Okay.
So everything you see on our
Everything you
site,
see, she
I've
makes it.
created.
Oh, wow. Okay. And what year did you guys start the business of the cannabis brand
Yep.
and then the clothing brand?
So yeah, I can go. So we actually did this during COVID, like during the COVID time. We quit our jobs September 13th, 2019. Never forget that day. We moved. We drove 2 hours, and we didn't even know COVID was really happening. Like they was talking about stuff, but one day she went to Walmart, bro, and it was nothing in there. Like COVID was real. So we had to figure some stuff out quick. We didn't think that we was gonna start everything off in this era when like people didn't have money. Like it was nothing in the stores.
Right.
So yeah, it's been 4 years, bro, of straight entrepreneurship.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
We started both at the same time.
Okay.
We had to rebrand ourselves because we was talking off the camera, was talking about Medicated Creator and Crucian Gardens Apparel. Like
Right.
Crucian Gardens was gonna be the cannabis brand
At first.
at first.
Oh, wow.
But we went to St. Croix. That's what Crucian means for the people that
Yep.
don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, so my family is from St. Croix. My
Okay. And
dad's
St.
side.
Croix is where?
In the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Yep.
Okay.
Shout out
Yeah,
to Tim
so-
Duncan. He's from
Yeah,
there.
Oh, wow.
I'm Caribbean descent. So
Okay.
I'm originally from San Diego, California. Went to Tuskegee in 2010.
Yeah.
Graduated with my husband in
HBCU,
2014.
TU.
Yep.
To you,
Yep.
you know.
You know.
Yep, you know.
That's why I got the colors on today.
I
Know it.
graduated with my sales and marketing degree. And so, yeah, like we made our way to Michigan with our first jobs. I was working for a tobacco company, actually.
Okay.
I was a salesperson in a tobacco company, and oh man, like it was fine, like I learned a lot, but it wasn't my passion.
Right.
So, thankfully my husband, he loves cannabis, right?
Right.
That's something that helps him. It is medicine for a lot of people. And so, yeah.
And to piggyback off her, while she was doing sales and marketing, I went to school for hospitality management. So I was in hotels the whole time.
Right.
I was a AGM, assistant general manager, and then soon to be general manager, all in 7 years. And how I got into this, Michigan is legal, y'all, for the record. And we had a hotel takeover. It's called Hash Bash Cup. Shout out to Adam. He runs the whole thing. He's a monster in Detroit. They bought out the whole hotel for 3 days. Both of them. The one in the same parking lot, my hotel, and the one next door. Shout out to John and Sally. They had people from Wu-Tang Clan.
Sally, Wu-Tang.
Big names. So they came every year. Like they shut down the whole University of Michigan for the Hash Bash.
The Hash Bash. Yeah, I'm very familiar with
So
the Hash Bash.
the Hash Bash Cup was at our hotels.
Oh, wow.
So you seeing all these people living a certain lifestyle, men and women. They most of them were husband and wives or boyfriend girlfriend. So they doing their stuff together. And I'm like, man, I need to get a part of this. Like I need a piece of this. Like this is something I like. Everybody was happy. I didn't know how hard stuff would be and how much work it is, but to see how they dressed alike, their shoes matched, their table covers was matching. Like I'm like, damn, this is a lifestyle.
Right.
And it's for the people. Like you
it's
really
it's all
saw
community-based.
that community in that space. You're
Like a frat
I
house.
want to be a part of this.
Right.
It's a family
Right.
thing. Like, yeah, you like it's vendors outside. You got people making pizzas, tacos. Like no one was hungry. Like it was such a vibe. And we had to be a part of that. And for the last 4 years, it's been our life.
Yeah.
So who came to who first with the idea?
Me. It was one of those, and I have no disrespect to anyone that's working. Like, we all have to find ourselves through a
Right,
job
right.
most of the time. And I got in my chair a little early. I was only like 26 years old being a manager of a hotel, and I was already at the top of my food chain at that point. And it was a wall. And it was like, what we want in life, who we are as people, this is not enough. Like, what else can we do? Right. To remind the world we were still working at the time. But I came to her, it was one of those ultimatums I wish I can go back because we talk about it. Like I
Right.
wish we had more of a plan. People ask us all the time, like, did you have an idea? Did you have a setup? Did you have a like some type of plan written down of
Right.
what you want to do? It was none of that, y'all.
Yeah, I just jumped in the
We
water.
just jumped right into it.
Yeah.
All
And
faith.
And I was working for a brokerage firm at the time.
Yeah.
So mind
Oh,
you,
wow.
yeah, I was, remember I
Real estate
started
brokerage?
in sales. No. This
Okay.
was finance.
Finance,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm working with stocks. I'm working with
Yeah.
people, all
Options.
that. Yeah. So again, I started off in sales, but I went to brokerage and I got my Series 99 degree
Yep.
or
Well,
the accreditation.
yeah.
Yeah. My certification. I'm sorry. To do that. And it was eye opening. So I'm like, all these people, you know, they're investing in themselves. And it was just a good opportunity when he came to me about this cannabis thing. And I'm like, wow, like, okay, babe.
Yeah.
All right, we gonna do this.
Because it was legal during the time before we quit. So, you know, I was in the basement with my minimum and did my first little round. I was like, man, this is for me.
Right.
And to remind the world, I'm allergic to penicillin. So I really can't,
Right.
I can't say I can't go to the hospital, but I know there's certain things that won't help me fast enough.
Right.
So
The natural herb is
yeah,
what you need.
I was always dipping into the science of cannabis. Like, what can it really do for people? Like,
Right.
now, I was an engineer
Yeah.
before hospitality management, just to put that out there. Like, I was really, everything we do is calculated.
Right.
So once I saw that it cools your body temperature down and makes you feel good, you know, we hot in Tuskegee or somewhere in Georgia, somewhere hot, Texas. If you move somewhere else where the climate is different and you smoke, your whole body just calms down. So we just started doing more research. Indica sativa, what makes you hungry, what makes you sleepy, what makes you active. I'm a social person, but at the same time, I'm a functional smoker. Like,
Right.
I like to go to work. So people think that, oh, cannabis is just something that you smoke and you're lazy. Like, no, we go to the gym. We go to work right afterwards. So yeah, man, like it's been a blast, bro, and I don't regret it. The only thing we do regret is how we started, but you have to start somewhere. Like there's
Yeah,
no
for sure.
perfect way of
Yeah, for sure.
jumping off that porch. Like if you don't do it, you may just miss out.
Yeah, and a lot of people always strive to be so perfect
Yeah.
with the goals or the plan or this, that, the
Yeah.
third, the dotting the T,
Yeah,
crossing the
man.
T's and dotting the I's. But those perfectionist people will
Yeah.
never start because they trying to make the plan so perfect.
Oh, I
you
need
know
to
what I'm
make
saying?
I
Yeah.
need to make 50,000. I need to save up this. I need to have a backup plan
Yeah.
first. I need a
Yeah.
YouTube page.
Yeah.
No, all you need
10,
is a plan.
15 years later, you still
Right.
ain't started.
Still ain't started.
And you'll be surprised at what you really need in life.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
you don't need $50,000 right now to make it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like people put so much pressure on themselves
Yeah.
with this whole
You can't be in
this
your head.
money,
Right.
right?
You
You,
will
need
stop
to know
yourself.
how to use money first. What does
Right.
that mean to you? How does money work? Let's start there.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Learn how to manage the money you got first.
Yes,
Right.
it's a lot of discipline.
Right.
It's a lot of
Right.
discipline because everything we do, like I said, is faith based, but also
Yeah.
it's calculated.
Yeah.
So we have an idea of what we have to do. That's why what we said off camera. That's why you have to do multiple things. That's why you have to do 1099.
Yeah.
You may have to do Amazon Flex. You may have to Uber or Lyft. We don't do those.
Yeah.
But I'm just naming a few for entrepreneurs that don't know where to start.
Exactly.
Get you something that can make you some money, like a 9 to 5 every 2 weeks, but still be working on your craft.
That's right.
So you guys said that you had to rebrand. How
Yes.
has the branding process been for you? If you could just touch on that.
Man, so like the whole branding process, it's actually our favorite part. Like that's why the whole creator thing, like
Yeah.
that's what we do like every day. Just messing with stuff like she made our first shirts for Hash Bash. It was just a crest. Shout out to Chris Gonzalez from Cali, her friend from school,
Yep.
from high school.
Okay.
Abraham Lincoln
Abraham Lincoln High School.
Hey.
That's right.
Shout out to San Diego. So he drew our logo from scratch, the very first one. It was like a family crest, and it was super small. So back to John Sally. Shout out to John Sally. We was talking about him off camera. He was one of the first ones, and his wife went to Tuskegee too. Shout out to Tuskegee.
Oh, shout out to Ski.
Yeah.
Shout out
Yeah.
to Ski.
So Lauren Kersey shirt. We had the historical drip shirt on. Like I said, he stayed at my hotel the first day, and he was like, "Hey, you went to ski? Yeah, I went to ski. Hey, let's take a picture." So the next day, wifey came because she had just got off of work.
Okay.
And we had on our shirts, and he
And
was like, "Yep." He was like, you know, that's a dope crest, but your logo should be big. Like I'm a big guy. Like I need to see your logo from like a mile away.
you know.
Exactly. So everything because of him, everything we do, like the splashes, everything, like the drip, the flare, the bop, the
we want
pow,
you to see us.
You
from
want
all
to
the
see
way.
it.
Yeah.
We want
The
you
colors,
to know.
you know, like everything we do is multicolored for different cultures, men and women. So
Yeah.
we really care about the creative process, and it was easy. Like we just think about the stuff that we like, the color schemes, the color waves, and medicated creative was just easy because I'm a creator and I create medicine. And when I have ideas, I'm medicated.
Right.
So a lot of things come through when we, some people do meditation and stuff like that. Man, we just sit down with the TV off, music off, and we just talk to each other. Like, what you think about this? What you think about that? And we have 3 or 4 options. Like, oh, this color with that color, this font with that font. Boom. And she does it 2-3 minutes. And it's like, oh, we have 5 different options now.
My first passion, I guess I found, was makeup, for one.
Yeah,
I love makeup.
Thing. I was cutting hair.
Shout out to Isis DeMille.
Isis DeMille,
she is
y'all.
one of our friends in Michigan. She's a jazz singer
in Detroit.
Yes, yes. And I approached her. I said, you know what? I would love to do her makeup. Talking to my husband about this, and I approached her, and she says, absolutely, let's do it. So she hired me a few times. Opportunities, right? And it was amazing to partner up with her. And so after that, that's when we got into designing. I mean, we created our website from scratch. I did his logo. And then now we're just trying to figure out how we can incorporate just more clothes for people. Everyday life, right? This is athleisure wear. We're talking about
airports.
We got luggage as well.
We got luggage.
So yeah, y'all check out our website at ChristianGardensApparel.com because, I mean, we got some amazing things.
Yeah, most definitely. Cause I know I need some shirts and I need me a luggage. You know what I'm saying? So it's time for sure. I'm for sure go to the website and shop for sure.
For sure, bro.
All right. So look, it's a saying that I've heard several times from like a close friend of mine, as well as many other people out in the world, that the climate in Michigan or Colorado or Nevada for growing is not as it is in the Bay Area, which is most ideal.
Yes.
And that if you grow in Michigan, anywhere else other than the Bay Area, like Nevada or Colorado, the weed is trash. Is that a fact or not?
Nah. So
because I'm under the impression that the marijuana that you guys grow is phenomenal, right? So just tell us a little bit.
So we can talk about that. Yeah. So it is climate based. You do have to be a scientist. You do have to have an almanac. You do have to be a legit farmer.
Right.
Being in this space, you learn a lot. You appreciate the people that grow tomatoes and collard greens and corn because they're outside with it. God can strike one right now and strike lightning and half your crop falls down. Like people don't talk about stuff like that.
Yeah.
But as far as the climate in Michigan, if you do outdoor, you only have one shot. You have like 6 months. You have from April until October. They call it Croptober.
Yep.
So we don't even do that. We tried it one time. You can see all our Instagram. You can see my first process. And I have said it plenty of times. It's my first and last time outside because I don't have any control. So with us, we are indoor with it. And because it's so cold in Michigan from, let's say, November until April, that's my prime time to use that cold air to bring inside the house, to bring inside the grow. So for the people out there, Michigan stuff is mostly grown indoor. We care about that. We take pride in that. And we use that cold air for 6 months to our advantage.
That's right.
Being a grower, right?
Yeah.
What are the limitations that you have? What is the extent that you can go?
Man, so the sky's the limit right now. Like we started small just because it's mostly for me. Like I'm doing all this for me. For the record, y'all, like this is all for me. But it's so many things you can tap into with different licenses, different amount of trees, more than one location for a different dispensary. Like my goal is for the people that's seeing this, hopefully one day, years later, you see us down the road, partnering up with someone's dispensary. It's called
our own dispensary.
Or our own dispensary.
That is the goal.
Because with the clothing line, we bring in more than one thing to the table. We can bring merch to the front of the house and we can bring cannabis to the back of the house. So that's our long-term goal. The limitations are there, but you have to really be dialed in. Like you can't afford to not go in there to check. You can't think that everything is running by itself because even if it is, you still have to be in there.
We're both on the timer. We are checking ourselves.
We're around the clock like we have a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So like we're here now, but we had to do a lot of work to make sure that everything is okay while we're here.
Yeah, I know.
You
it.
know?
Yeah.
So
and,
it's a
and
lot.
my wife and I are both entrepreneurs, and I'm stressed out every single
Every day.
It's a good stress because
Yeah.
you would rather this stress than being at somebody 9 to 5. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? But for sure,
But
being
for
an
the people out
entrepreneur,
here, y'all,
Yeah.
we work around
24
the clock.
hours.
It never stops.
24 hours a day, 7 days
In your
a week.
sleep, I already know what I want to do. Like I said, it's a lot of faith, but it's also calculation, and the calculations are in our sleep. I'm in the room sleep like this, thinking, "Oh, I have this trees. I have to repot. I have to do this. I have to turn on these lights." On my wife's side, she's in her head like, when I wake up, I'm going to make this design, that design. I have this color, that color. So we're both doing the same thing. We're just doing it separately and together.
But there's so much satisfaction in that.
Yeah.
You know,
'Cause we
this
love
is,
it.
This
It's
is
our life.
our passion. Your
Right.
business, and those are your passions, right?
Yeah, it's
So
your babies.
you're gonna treat it with the utmost respect.
Not to sound
So-
cliche, but the irony is, I just told my wife this morning, I woke up and I say, I was literally dreaming, and it's not the first time it happened to me.
Yeah.
I was literally dreaming in my sleep about this podcast. I already had a walkthrough.
Oh,
You know what I'm
we did too.
saying? Like
We did
sitting
that.
down with y'all right here.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so crazy.
Because we never got to tell our story, and it's just dope to
Yeah,
be with
it's
my
our
brother
first
from
one.
Yeah,
tra-
we love
track
first.
team, Tuskegee,
Yeah, track
talking
team, you
about
know that.
and to see you doing your thing, man, to see the magazine, to be a part of it, man, it's a blessing,
It's
bro.
Likewise,
beautiful.
legendary
It's
for
beautiful,
sure.
For
For
real.
sure.
So you guys met at Tuskegee, of course, right?
Yes.
And
yes.
been married for how long?
7 years.
7 years is September.
Oh, wow.
Then even we crossed paths. We knew each other's friends. Didn't see her until maybe a semester or two before I graduated. Didn't even know she existed until right when I was getting my, I guess, all our shit together.
Right.
You know?
Right. We were crossing paths, but just never came together
Never came
until
together.
yeah, 2013.
And one day I forgot who it was. His last name was Nitz, and she was walking through Bremer, and I just tapped him on the shoulder like, "Hey, she gonna be my girlfriend one day." And she gave me that look like, "Boy, you crazy." I already told her
I'm
like,
like,
"She
who is
mine."
this man? You don't know me.
I already claimed her. Like
Yeah.
this is it. When I saw her running tube and all those things, like she was in
Shout out to Tube.
Dr. Sara's office and Dean. I'm like, man, she her.
Yeah.
Like that drove me. Like, didn't think that we were gonna be entrepreneurs, but we both had that idea. Like we were gonna work for somebody and be at the top, but one day we were gonna always try our thing.
Right.
But it's just ironic how we met and how we move and how we working together now. So
Yeah.
it's pretty
Right.
cool.
All right, so I got a real bizarre question that I think the whole world want to know, right?
Yeah.
Does business and pleasure work?
So listen,
Absolutely.
it does because
It
what
does work.
what we do, man, like we strive on traveling. Like that's our thing. Like rest in peace to my grandfather. You met him, Ray T. Man, he was a big motivator as far as getting out there with your wife. Like you can be her partner, you can be her friend, you can be her lover. It is a thin line. If you're working together in probably one setting, it may be more difficult. Like some people, but shout out to Amir and Alexis. They have their own gym, Thrive Fitness. They work together probably from 6 in the morning to 6 or 7 at night. They do it together, and it's easy for them because they both love it.
Yeah.
You mean? So with us, we go on cruises. We go to St. Croix. We go to different places to get new vibes, to get new colorways, to see what's going on. So every time we're having a good time, and we love to go out to eat because my wife is about to be a culinary chef. So everything we do is business and pleasure at the same time. And we know how to put that line in the middle to make sure we're not overbearing. But with me, I'm the one that makes it a little hard sometimes because sometimes I can't snap out of the work mode. So she always reels me back into like, all right, it's time to chill. So the only difficulty is probably me, like trying to snap out of because I'm always, you know how I was in track, bro. Like
Right.
everything I do is full speed. So
Right.
she brings me back a little bit.
Yeah, he's very calculated. I'm the one that's like my head is in the clouds.
Yeah.
Like I am constantly
She in
just
La
like,
La
oh
Land.
wow, like I can do this. Like I just love to create. Period. Like my mind is just that way, and so I have to help him to understand. Like, babe, let's just chill for a second. You know,
Let her do her thing. She
Yeah.
lets me do my thing. And when it's time to do
Yeah.
our thing, we know when it's time.
because I mean, you can draw inspiration from anywhere.
Anything.
You
Right.
know,
Anywhere.
The ideas will come. They will come. You just have
Yeah.
to give yourself that time for a minute. You know. And I'm not talking about like meditation or anything like that. Like people do meditate, and that's
Right.
amazing.
Just take a break.
but just take
deep
a
breath.
break. Take a deep breath. You know, listen to some music so you can get back into your mode in a better way.
Right.
You know.
This episode is brought to you by We're All We Got magazine, WAWG. You can find us on Instagram at WAWG Magazine 1881. And you can find us online at weallwegotmagazine.com. So for people that say that business and pleasure doesn't mix,
Yeah.
what would you guys say to that? And what do you think the reasons would be? Because they don't take those deep breaths, they don't take those seconds to regroup, or they're just clouded mentally in their own spaces, or what would it be?
No, you just hit it right on the nail, bro. The last one. Because we started during COVID, just to put this back out here, y'all, just to bring it back in full circle. Because we started during the COVID era, we had nothing but time to finally figure out who we were. Like looking in that mirror, I could see the real contender. That's what Rick Ross said. That's one of my favorite quotes. We finally realized who we were and who we want to be. So that was a big foundation on everything else we just talked about, because we had to do that first. Everyone wants to do a lot of other things, and sometimes it clouds their judgment and get them away from themselves. What you think about that, babe?
I agree with you. It's really about evaluating who you are at this point and the person that you're with. You know, like who do you see yourself with if you're not in a relationship yet? What does that look like for you? So that, you know, you can just be clear on things. I wouldn't say that anything is impossible.
Yeah.
You know, I don't believe in impossible.
Right. And you have to love what you do. That's another thing. If you don't love what you do, it's going to be just like going to work. Like,
Right.
I love making money. I love these people at the job.
Right.
I just hate my job, or I just hate the job in general.
Right.
Like, no, you really have to love it.
And that's why passion is so important.
Yeah.
You know,
You can't fake it.
Let's put passion in there with pleasure.
Passion
you know?
and pleasure.
Let's think about that.
I like that.
All right. So how is it running the clothing brand for your husband's cannabis brand?
It's amazing. So, I mean, like I said, I love designing. I just like making things, right? It's really great. He knows what he likes, so I just kind of come to him and say, hey, you know, like, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
What do you think about this new design? And he's like, yeah, that's great. And he'll, you know, bounce off of his friends too to see what they're thinking before he put it on the site or something like that.
Some people just gonna keep it real with me.
Right. But it's not just his brand either. Like, we're about collaboration. So we've collaborated with a few other people that own their own businesses as well. And I've made things for them. So that's the great part about this, is that it's not just us, you know, making our own stuff. Like, any business, any entrepreneur that wants to collaborate with us can. And we'll put it on our site. You know, you can get your funds from us as well. However that sells.
Make your own discount code.
You can advertise your own things too.
We all can have a bag.
Right.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Right. We all exactly. We can help you out with that too. But yeah, it's amazing. And Crucian, you know, like I said, I'm Caribbean descent. So when we went to St. Croix, it was a whole family thing. That's when we go there, it is family. We're working together. We camp out on the beach and everything like that. And it's a joy to be there. And so that's why we're incorporating Crucian into our line. So that's a separate line from Medicated Creators. So I want to let y'all know that.
Right.
This is the whole, you know, other entity.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a blast to do.
Sound like me and wife need to take a trip out there. We need to plan that.
Man,
Yeah, come out. We'll feed you.
A lot.
Look, we eat a lot.
All fresh food. Talking about you can see right through the water. I had my first little GoPro.
Is it the blue water?
It's super blue.
Man,
You
can see the
I
bottom
need that
of it.
pretty stuff in my
Yeah,
life.
we
Big
fish.
mango trees.
You know, we get the lobsters, we get the crab, we get all
Callaloo
that kind of
soup,
stuff.
pumpkin
Yeah, my
rice,
grandma. Shout out to my grandma.
Bush tea.
Shout out to her. Shout out to grandma.
Shout out to grandma.
So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
man.
amazing.
So how much marijuana do y'all consume in a day?
So for the record, I only consume no more than 2 ounces that I have to carry on me. But that's just a normal day. Like I said, I'm a functional smoker, so it depends on what I'm doing. I slow down a lot because of some things that we've created. It kind of keeps me from actually smoking. But yeah, I consume at least 7 to 14 grams a day.
Okay.
However you mix and match it. Not just flour. That can be concentrates. That can be an edible. It can be simple syrup.
Yeah, we created a simple syrup, and that's something that I personally like. I like to consume it through liquid because it's just better for me.
Right.
I'm not really like a smoker. Like I will sometimes with him, but Normally it's just liquid, and I put it in my orange juice or something like that.
Simply,
it's great. It's great. It helps me with my anxiety too. So
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's just talk about your background real quick and then speed it right back up. What was it? Sales,
Yes,
marketing.
sales and marketing.
Okay. Graphics,
Yes.
makeup,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And now something I hear about culinary art school.
Yeah. So, okay, like I said, I'm a creator, okay?
Yeah.
This is all encompassing, and
She
it's been a
gets
long
down.
time coming to understand. Yeah. I love to cook. And so I said, you know what? I'm young. I can go back to school, and I'm going to go and get my culinary arts degree. I'm also trying to do my bakery and pastry too. So we'll see how that pans out.
Yeah.
But
If it's in God's will, right?
Yeah, if it's in God's will.
Our
If
goals
it's
to be on
God's will.
Netflix, bro. Like we watch those shows, like the cooking shows.
Yeah,
and
we watch them all the time.
Same
so.
thing. Like we be both crying, like so motivated.
I'm,
Like
I'm
man, this
very
is-
meticulous in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it is my kitchen. And so I can't wait to have my own team. I can't wait to, travel and learn new flavors. That's I can't wait.
So what made you want to be a chef in the first place? Where does that stem from?
So we'll go back to St. Croix.
Okay.
So cooking is about community, right? You bring people to your table because you want to serve them something amazing. That's why I love cooking. I can create something that you might not know about, and you're like, wow, like I never even knew this would come together. Right?
Because remind you, I'm from Alabama, y'all. You follow Alabama. Like we eat fried food, soul food. So I was stuck in just one little bubble. Like, I said I didn't like stuff because I simply never had it.
Right.
So she makes me like everything I didn't think I liked.
Yeah.
I'm a foodie now. Like I'm like, I want pork belly with this. I want chimichurri sauce. I want all of it.
It just expands your mind. Food helps you with everybody needs to eat, right?
Yeah.
But it's not just about, I gotta eat because I'm hungry, though. It's about passion too, pleasure, right? Food is pleasure, and that's what I love about it.
Everything we do is service based.
Yeah.
Everything is about the people. We don't put ourselves first. Everyone else is 1st. If you don't eat, we don't eat.
Yeah. So I'm going to culinary school because down the line we want to open up our own bed and breakfast. My husband has his hospitality management background, and I am in sales and marketing.
Yep.
Only makes sense.
Yeah, it only makes sense.
Yeah, I was a part of I was a part of renovations, a couple new builds. So I know everything about the CVB, the chamber. I was in the shout out to the Chamber of Commerce in Ann Arbor. I was Destination Ann Arbor. I'm still a part of that. So just knowing how to get everything started, we don't have to do too much of outsourcing to get that done. Like as soon as she's done with school, we're already going to be setting up,
Off and running.
ready to go.
Right.
That's the plan.
All right. So he's biased. And of course you are. But how good is your cooking really?
I think my cooking is great, and I believe his friends would attest to it as well.
Yeah, man. Like back at the hotel, like I was an assistant general manager, so I was blessed to hire majority of our people, and they were also in my age group. So you know me, man. We call them like brothers and sisters, and we brought them to the house. Biggest mistake I ever made in my life. Every day at work, hey, when's wifey making that zuppa? When she making this? When she making that? So I'm like, man, she really can cook.
Yeah, we're not talking about chicken and mac and cheese.
No, we talking about
we're talking about eggs Benedict. We're talking about
It's all good. Yeah, I want you to name 3 to 4 dishes, name them, and go into detail about them.
Getting you.
Okay, let's see. So my favorite breakfast dish right now to make is eggs Benedict with maybe some Canada bacon, some roasted potatoes on the side. I love eggs Benedict. Okay, I love to make it holidays. Yeah,
I still don't know what that is.
Yes, it's just the process
It's
of
fluffy.
making that egg fluffy, making that hollandaise sauce to go on top. What else? That's my first one. Let's see. He spoke about my Zuppa soups. Fall season. Okay, that's my favorite because I'm making different soups. I'm doing Zuppa. We're doing broccoli cheddar. We're doing
Tortilla, chicken tortilla.
Yeah, chicken tortilla. What else?
Everything.
What else do I cook, babe?
Man, that I love, What a start. You know, she is from Cali too, y'all. So
Yeah.
she makes these
Shout out to
bougie
Cali.
ass
Yeah.
burritos. You can only eat one.
You can only win.
And
How
it's
fat are
over.
they, bro? How
Bro,
fat are they?
they look like the ones that Pop, rest in peace to Pops, like on Friday,
Yeah.
like hot sauce on
Hot
my
sauce on my
burrito,
burrito,
that was
baby.
with the aluminum foil and everything, bro. Like,
It's that stems from
Oh.
too. Like, yeah, I'm from Cali, but like, I've got family that are Mexican, Puerto Rican, so
Yeah.
we've got that influence in there. That
Bicultural.
Latino, yeah, it's
Yeah.
very
Pico de
bicultural. Yeah,
Gallo, the
I love
whole
it.
nine. Like
Very.
she cuts up she don't just buy the stuff, y'all. Like she's cutting up everything. Like she's not just buying the stuff that's already prepackaged.
Yeah,
She is
no.
literally in there.
It's got to be
chopping
fresh.
Everything.
It's got to be fresh, and that's why it's important. Like, I want anybody and everybody to have a great meal at all times, and you're gonna know where it's coming from.
Yep. And you will be back.
I'm almost. So what's that? 2 dishes?
Yeah, so we said,
Give
okay.
us 2 more.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. That's 3. Wait, that's 3. So we did the soups. We did the breakfast, and you talked
He did
about
the
my
burritos.
tacos
Oh yeah,
and burritos,
and she does
right?
her own cheese plates with the steak with the chimichurri sauce and
Yes,
different.
yes. So we did it.
Balinese,
I just
Baronese.
yes,
Béarnaise
Béarnaise. Yes,
sauce.
Béarnaise sauce. Yes.
It's amazing, y'all.
So he loves like my baguettes that I do. So I'll
Baguettes,
do
too.
like a skirt steak or something like that, or even a prime steak. Cut it up. I'll do my own chimichurri sauce on top.
She
And
makes
it's
a
just 2 of
jasmine
us.
rice bowl with shrimp, chicken, steak,
Yeah.
and oh man, like it's so good, bro. Like she
Jeez.
she can go on Pinterest right now,
Just
Look up
find new
something.
things
Yeah.
to make.
go to the
yeah.
store and get it, come back and make it.
And whip it up.
Yeah.
I don't
Better
I
than,
just-
better than what she saw.
Oh,
Yeah.
way better.
I
Yeah.
just recently created my own wine sauce. It was like a
Yep.
white wine
I
sauce.
was in love
Oh,
with that
wow.
too.
For what did I? It was like a jasmine rice. I think I
Yep.
put on at the bottom, and it was like some chicken that I just whipped up really quick.
Yeah.
And it was just something quick, like I said, and I was so impressed because I'm like, wow, like I didn't have to look this up.
She makes
you know?
all
I
this
didn't have
stuff
to
for
look
the
that up.
first time, and it hits like she made it 10 times.
Yeah.
So
And
I'm
that's
like,
why
oh, make
cooking is
another one.
important. Like
Yeah.
you're like, wow, like
Put that passion behind that
it's
P
the
word
passion.
again.
Yeah,
P-word is
it's
back.
the passion. It's I gotta go find this new taste
Yeah.
so that I can share it with somebody else.
So with her going to culinary school, because I feel like a proud husband. We
Right.
walked through Baker College to see what it's like, and they
Right.
took us through the kitchen. She was able to make her own pasta from scratch.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
And they had the endless opportunities of different sauces and seasonings.
Yeah.
She was like a kid in the candy
Yeah, in the
store, like
candy
walking
store,
in the
yeah.
Kirkland,
It was a
smelling
European
everything.
style kitchen, so it's open.
Open.
It's
Sheesh.
It was a
I mean
vibe.
the stoves were just massive. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh
On some
man,
Netflix.
And
like,
it's not
is-
just a dream. You're going.
No, I'm going.
Yeah.
Like I'm registered and everything.
Yeah.
So,
Congratulations
thank
to
you.
that.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah. 2024. So
We love it.
thank you.
All right. So if you guys could just give the viewers a couple tips on how you actually make marriage and business partnerships work.
Yeah.
Because your chemistry is off the chart. So we would love
Appreciate
to, see how you guys make this work day in,
Yeah,
day
for
out.
sure.
You know what? I think it's about like learning my spouse, right? Learning Devin, because at first when we first got together, I'm like, I'm not sure. Like he's like, look, we were like night and day when we
I
first
was
came
mean. I
together.
had a straight face. I didn't
Yeah.
smile. You know how I was.
Yeah,
I was just focused.
yeah, we all got to grow.
We are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's about the love I have for my husband, right?
Yeah.
And what he needs, and vice versa.
Yeah.
And so that's what any spouse, any couple needs to know is you love that person, you'll do anything for them,
Yeah.
right? You will go out of your way to make sure that they are okay.
She stopped her career for me, to get us to this part right here in life. And 4 years later, she's going to culinary school. And I just told her a few days ago, like, you just did this for me 4 years ago. So, the culinary world can take her to Paris.
Yeah.
Right.
I got to be ready to go to Paris
That's
because I
right.
can do anything, anywhere. Like we can do all of our businesses anywhere. So you got to have each other's backs. You have to put your ego to the side. We both had decent, I had decent. She had a high ass GPA in college. So we know who we are. Like
Right.
we know that we can
Very
bring things
smart,
to the table.
intelligent. Yeah,
So
on both sides.
Let's get over that part and
Yeah.
figure out how can we make this work.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
And still give her space to do her thing, give me
Yeah.
my space to do my thing, and we come together and do our thing.
And as long as you believe in each other,
Yeah.
it's gonna
It's
work
golden.
out.
Yeah.
You can anybody, like I said, you can go back to school. You can go back to work if you want to. You can do
Yeah.
whatever you want to do
can do
in
whatever
this
you want.
world. But believe in yourself first, so that you can propel yourself to do it.
And you can't quit. Listen, y'all. Like I said, we started everything during the COVID era, so we had to learn real quick that if we can survive during this, imagine when the world opens back up. Imagine when cannabis is legal everywhere. Imagine when people see our shirts and hoodies and backpacks and luggage everywhere. Like that's the goal. But it has to start somewhere, just like your magazine.
Yeah.
Like we're talking right now, and we don't know 10 years later, like, dang, we was one of the first ones.
Yeah,
like, look at this.
As big as Jet and
everything is stepping stones. And you can't quit. Never. Once you quit, it's like a trade. I won't talk too much about stocks, but they say once you sell, you lose.
Yeah.
Right? Once you stop, that's it.
Yeah.
So because we left both careers to do what we're doing, like that's enough fire right there. Like we did this without a plan, and now we've had these 4 years to plan the culinary school, to plan the bed and breakfast, to plan the free love sesh parties, to plan things so where we can be a vibe everywhere we go.
Right.
Like you have to be in that all the way together, and that's it.
People see situations like marriages like you guys have, and they see marriages like my wife and I have, and everything is so on surface, so beautiful, so glitz, so glamour. You know, it seems so so amazing. You know, like does it ever get hard? Does it ever get trying? You know, to keep it up.
Yeah, we have these like Mike Ross and Rachel debates. Like it come from we really trying to figure some stuff out together, but then we really go at each other like, nah, this is how I feel about this. She's like, nah, well, I feel like this about this.
Right.
But then after 5 minutes of that rah-rah, we both kind of like, what's that little diagram when you got like two circles and then one in the middle? Like I got this side, she got this side, and we gonna take the pros and cons of both of these, and we gonna put this in the middle.
For sure.
So yeah, don't quote me, but it's one of those little diagrams we did way back in the day. It is hard. Like I said, she puts up with me more than anything because I'm the one I can't stop.
Right.
And she has to bring me back. And sometimes she goes to, like I said, La La Land in a good way, and I have to bring her back. Like, look, we still got to do this.
Yeah, it is hard. It is hard.
It's definitely
sometimes,
hard, but we love it.
Exactly.
And we love each other,
Exactly.
so we get over it eventually.
Our drive is just way bigger.
Everything we
than
want
anything
it
else.
so bad, bro.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't get to talk about it. Sorry to cut you off. We had a shop. We had an event space in Detroit before on 8 Mile before COVID. Like
that's the that I keep hearing
medicated.
about. What do they call it though? They call
social
it
clubs.
Social clubs. So let's talk about it.
We had 2 social clubs.
So man, shout out to my bro Top Andrew, man. I love you to death, big bro. He introduced me to everything. Like even this podcast that we're doing, like we were doing this at a table when we had membership. It was a membership only.
Right.
The door was locked. We buzzed you in. We buzzed you out. We didn't put any signs up. We want everyone to just feel secluded.
Yeah, secluded and exclusive.
And
members only. Members only.
So
that's right.
If you're an entrepreneur, y'all, like we had people that did tattoos. We had people that had body butters. We had people that cooked. We had people that had. Everyone had to have their own vendor license. Everything had to be legit, safe, certified. Let's just put that out there. But we created a space for people to come to, but it was also networking. Again, everything we've done, everything we're doing now is community-based. Like, I'm teaching people in the hood how to swing a golf club, like putting, like to get free memberships at the place.
Yeah, for sure.
And, we had podcasts. We had our first, like a concert. And shout out to Bobby and Tay and Mike Davis, all those people in Detroit, man. Like, thank y'all for helping us out. Like, and Troy brought shout out to Troy, Bit Mama. She brought yoga to the place. Like, we had medicated yoga. Like,
oh, wow.
So, like, I'm not a big stretcher, y'all. Like, as much as I played sports, I sucked in stretching.
Right.
Like, that became a lifestyle. Like, we was doing yoga a lot. Yeah. I was even working on my training certification at the time. Like, we were doing not boxing, but more like a what you want to say, like a fit program. Like we doing like a, we got
not martial arts.
On one side. No, more like a group session, like a boot camp.
Okay,
let's put it that way. Like we had like a power hour. We doing resistance bands. I got the mitts. They're punching at me. We doing sit-ups, push-ups. And we got medicated after too. Like I said, when you're hot, you cool back off.
Cool back
so
down.
Everything is a full circle, bro. And because of that vibe and because of COVID, we restructured that as well. And now we have free love sesh. So all the legal places we can go to, we can throw a party at an event space that has that licensing for us to have this party there and to consume cannabis at this place.
Right.
So are you guys spiritual at all, or
Definitely.
just
Yeah.
okay?
Absolutely.
And how has
Yeah.
spirituality played a part in from
everything.
guiding you guys from when you were working the 9 to 5s and bringing you to the point to where you are in your entrepreneurship careers, and where you're going in the future, as well as your household and marriage?
God is the head of our lives. Period.
Manifest all good things. That's what
right.
we say.
That's right. We pray about everything that we do.
We pray for everybody that supports
Everyone,
us.
right? Everyone that's around us, because as we know, you can be gone at any point.
Right.
God gives us all of these ideas, and so it's our job to put it in place. We're making sure that we're taking those steps that He's given us to be successful in our lives. And that's why this works so well.
Right.
Our marriage works so well because we believe in the same things. You have to be, they say equally yoked, but I don't know about that. That's a whole nother thing, y'all.
No,
But-
we gonna talk about it. But go
Okay,
ahead.
it's a whole other thing, y'all. But we're a match because of God.
Right.
So
And we're growing. People that don't know, again, even if you have the best setup and everything, like what we do is based on faith. And you have to have it. And you just, the uncertainty as an entrepreneur, as a human, that part does take over if you're not strong enough mentally. But
mental
with
fortitude.
endurance, we're going through things more than once. With, like I said, we started during COVID, so we went through a lot of things with just, no funding. We just our savings from our job. That's all we had. Like I said, no plan. It was just a vision.
Right.
Now the vision is a plan, and now the plan has sub plans.
Yeah.
So it took a lot of faith and just a few calculations. So yeah, we're not holy, but we're very spiritual.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Marriage and relationships, right?
Yeah.
Some say it's 50-50. Some say 60-40. Some say 80-20. What do you guys say, and which way is it?
Let me
It's
go
100%.
first. It's 100%.
Say that.
Both of
Because
them.
we are humans, man. Like normally I'm the fire starter. I'm the one that's gonna get everybody going. I'm the one that's supposed to be talking and getting people going and getting people happy. And she keeps them at bay with her vibe. And some days I can't come with it. And she be tapping like, come on, because this is who you are. Like I'm the conservative one. So like some days I can't bring my 80 to her 20 or my 60 to her 40. Like those numbers, I won't say cliche because I don't want to disrespect anyone. But mentally, if you don't wake up trying to bring 120,
Right.
we may only get to 60-40, but if you think 60, you're only gonna do 40. You're only gonna do 30. It's just like lifting weights. I'm big on training. If you're doing bench press and somebody say give me 10, you're already telling yourself, oh, I may stop at 8. No, go to 12, go to 15. It's like running track. You don't slow down when you get through that line. You run through it. And that's what this marathon is. I love Nipsey, man. Like that whole thing, even with the shop, like you have to understand that like even you can limit yourself, but if you're smart enough in your head, you can stop yourself from going to even what you limit yourself to.
Exactly.
You will never get to 10. You'll stop at 7. So we try to wake up on that 110. If not, we take pride in making sure we lift each other up to get to that 50-50, but it's really 120 and 120.
Right. And clear communication is important.
Can't leave nothing
right?
through the cracks.
You have to tell your spouse, like, hey, this is how I'm feeling right now, right?
I might not like it.
You might not like
She's
it.
telling me the truth. She's not sitting here.
You got to hear it.
Because we work inside. We work together basically in labs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we have to have that communication. Like I can't do all of my stuff on one side and try to fill her in 3 days later. Like something's gonna get missing through the cracks. Because we are CEOs. We don't have, staff. Like we're doing everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
So yeah, that's important. Bro.
So 120.
120. We shoot for that and we'll settle for the 80, but that's what we shooting for, 120.
All right. So I always ask everybody any advice that you have for the youth, because the youth is important. You know, if we don't educate and teach and continue to give our knowledge to the youth, they pretty much lost already right now. So we really need to step it up.
Right.
I even heard somebody in a rap game say that they blamed the OGs for not giving the game to them, the younger rapper generation for whatever. But it's just the same thing. It's an endless cycle. It's no matter what, all the way from grandparents to grandchildren and,
Right.
and the young generation. If we giving it to them, they need to open up their ears and listen. It's
That's
the
right.
same thing with us
Yes.
and God. Like you could
Yes.
pray for something, you could ask God for something all day long.
have to
if
get up
he
and
if
do
he
it.
speak to you, if he give it to you, and your ears not open,
Right.
it don't you done missed it.
You missed it.
You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
if y'all got
Yeah.
any game or wisdom that y'all want to give to the youth,
Man, that's easy. I've been thinking about this my whole life. Because like you just said, I was one of those kids. I wish I had that big brother. I wish I had someone that knew what I think someone would know. But I would tell them, man, like, use your money wisely, especially if you're in college. If I can go back with my refund, I would have invested that into stocks. I would have put it up for something else. Like,
all them refunds we
we
got.
can't,
man.
we can't.
Man.
And I want y'all to really hear this. Like, you can't beat yourself up and say, man, I wish I can go back and do that. Well, you can. You can tell the kid right now. You can tell that young man and young woman right now, this is what you can do.
All
These
them
are your
kids at
options. All the people at Tuskegee. These are the things that are available to all of us. Like these LLCs, making your own business. You can do that now. You can start on that now while you're in school.
Learning the tax codes.
Learning the tax codes, learning how to write things off, learning how to manage your money, and you don't have to eat out every day. Hopefully you have a wife or a husband that can cook.
Right.
That helps. But follow your dream early and don't let these quote unquote old heads steer you away. Because a lot of people, they say, oh, I have this dream. Well, I can't help you, or we don't have the resources. No, you have that dream. And like you said, man, like everything we're doing, we want to be able to show. Like, I'm not going to hide my knowledge to how to grow cannabis. I want to show everyone. I want to be able to, because one day it's going to be legal in the whole U.S. So hopefully we have more people like me doing their own thing for them. And we all have this, we can come together and show everything.
And don't limit yourself either.
At all.
Don't say, oh, I'm going to go to Tuskegee and get a degree and this is what I'm going to do forever. Because you don't know, right? You don't know how that's going to pan out after you graduate. You just don't. Like I said, just don't limit yourself. Be open to new ideas. Seek advice. Mentorship is important as well.
Mm-hmm. And it's all a numbers thing, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, you have all these goals, aspirations in your head. How many people actually write them down?
Right.
Write it down, y'all.
Right.
Get you a board. My notes on my phone, I have more notes on my phone than I do text messages.
Same.
And they're all labeled and dated. And when I look back sometimes, like, dang, we really wrote this down.
Yeah.
Like, we told, if you're not together, if you're with someone, write them things down together. Put yours on one list, put hers on one list, and just start knocking them out.
Yeah.
You can do a SWOT analysis in your relationship.
SWOT analysis.
What is a SWOT analysis?
So that is your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats.
I love it.
Right.
One more time.
Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Right. You can evaluate yourself in that way. If you don't have a business, that's okay.
Yeah.
But who are you in this SWOT analysis? Where are my strengths? Where are my weaknesses and opportunities and threats? Like, how can I be better as a person? Now I know this. Maybe I can lead. Maybe I can be an entrepreneur. Right.
Because some things you can see coming before it happens. As much as, like I said, the uncertainty is there, but there are some things you can calculate. And to calculate those is going through the SWOT analysis. Everything is a threat, right? Like anyone can shun you. Any bad experience with someone can spread faster than you trying to build anything. So you have to think about how you carry yourself, what you post, how you, even if you rant to somebody, rant to yourself. Don't rant on social media because no one may not care now. But 10 years
try to
down
bring
the
it up
road,
later.
They
That's
bring
right.
it back.
That's
So
right.
to the young people
That cancel
again, like
culture is
pay
real.
attention to that. Like, I know we all going through things. I know we all have ups and downs, but do not let those downs keep you from going up.
You say if it's legal in your state, just go to
it's
cannabis.
legal in your state, go
you say
straight to it.
don't rant on social media.
That's
just go to
right.
cannabis.
Just move to Michigan, just move to Colorado,
Yeah.
just move to Cali, just move to New York, just move to DC. It's more coming. Like, it's happening here. Like, they already decriminalized it here.
Yeah.
So the opportunities now, we have no excuse as a Black community, as our age group, to talk to the younger because they have more access to technology already.
Exactly.
They are more sharp and they know what they want. They already know who they are.
Yeah.
They don't need their parents to tell them. They know they can be great. So we have to show them, like she said, all the details, all the fine print things that a lot of people don't know. We need to show them that.
And we're really doing them a disadvantage if we don't.
And if we
Yeah.
don't, because it's just crabs in the barrel still at that point.
I wanted to touch on our comic strip that we are coming out with too, within our clothing line. So you'll see the line, our logo. His name is Akai.
Okay.
Yeah, his
That's
name
dope.
is Akai, after my grandfather.
Original.
So
Shout-out.
yeah, so he's a Caribbean lion. You know, he's trying to find his way through St. Croix. He's trying to find his family.
He has a special superpower.
Yeah, he's gonna have powers.
Oh,
He's gonna
man.
have people around him that are trying to steer him, you know, in the right direction and also the wrong direction. You'll have protagonists, all that kind of stuff in this comic strip. But you're talking about, you know, influencing the youth and helping them out. That's what this comic strip is going to be about too. Like, we want to give CGA a real story,
Whole
Yeah.
face, a whole personality.
a whole face. You know, there's Marvel, there's DC comics out there, but how many Caribbean comic strips do you know?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And I
I'm gonna
want
buy 5 copies of that for sure.
okay. So that's what we're writing right now. We're trying to publicate that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Big ups. You know, I'm rooting for y'all.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
Yeah,
it. So
everything
again,
that y'all do.
we can't just do cannabis. You know, we can't just do the clothing line.
The clothing line,
You
yeah.
have to, once you have a plan, you can build off of what
Bed
your
and
blocks,
breakfast, yeah.
everything. So one of those things or all of those things will pop one day.
A conglomerate.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's what it
You're
is.
giving
right.
yourself more opportunities. That's what she said.
I learned that with
Slaughterhouse
y'all
is
when I was a
opportunities.
youngin' at Skeggy, that
You know,
conglomerate. I
you
was
gotta
like,
have it.
ooh.
You can't be scared to talk to people. You
Yeah.
can't be scared to smile and shake hands. You never know when that circle comes back around. Like, man, I'm glad I talked to him. I'm
Yeah.
glad I was nice to her because, again, this is a community-based thing, and we want to help anyone we can.
And you never know who's watching you.
And you never know. So you have to watch yourself. Just move the right way.
One thing I always loved, and I think people who did not attend Tuskegee don't understand. I'm talking
They
about
missing
friends
out.
or family.
Yeah, we
But
have to learn
like-
to be grown-ups quick.
The network.
Yeah, the power.
If there's
in that.
anything in life that I need, if I need a doctor, a lawyer, a manager, a financier of any sort, you know, a
Occupational
tax
therapy,
person, occupational
veterinarian.
therapy, I'm going to my Tuskegee people first.
Yes.
That's right.
If I don't know the person, I know through my network, I'm
Someone
going to
knows
ask
it.
the people that I do know
Exactly.
to guide me to the right person because I'm always going to try to use my Tuskegee
Yeah.
people first.
Absolutely.
So I love it. I love my
Absolutely.
Tuskegee network,
too.
and I'm just always going to try to
Yeah.
link with us first and foremost before I use anybody else in the world.
That's right.
Because
We all we
started
got.
with nothing.
You know that.
We all we got.
Yeah.
That's why I love y'all.
We
I
all
love
we
this
got.
because
I
we are
love
all we
that. I
got.
love that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, because we're our own network.
Yeah.
Tuskegee is, and the HBCU. We was talking about Prime off the record, but just because the HBCUs are finally getting that highlighted, this is what it is.
Yeah.
And this is the vibe. Like to see the 50,000 some people at homecoming last year. Like to be an ex-football player there. Like we had our locker room was in
You
the
was
trailer
there?
Yeah,
to
we
see
went.
the
We went
Man, y'all
last
coming
year.
this year? Please tell me.
man. We thinking about it.
We're trying
it's up in the
to,
air.
yeah.
We probably come last minute and come
Yeah.
to the party.
Yeah.
See, we ain't going to the party this year, but we for sure going to the game.
Yeah,
Okay.
the new stadium is beautiful, bro. Like they have
Yeah.
like a pool table, they have a lounge, like people can sit
Oh,
in
wow.
and still watch the game from the
I ain't know
inside.
that.
I couldn't believe it, man. It's
No
beautiful.
track though, you know. I don't
Still no
really
track,
care
man.
about it because ain't no track.
Still
But you
no
was a
track.
football player, so I know you love
Hopefully
it. So.
we can fight for that track thing because I love track more than anything.
It may
so
be coming.
hopefully
it may
it's
be
coming. Hopefully we can have our name on it or CGA or something.
We might even
Right,
get
yeah,
like-
for sure. You know we're gonna endorse it. We gonna be the
we'll,
ones.
We'll be
yeah,
the
yeah,
ones.
yeah,
We all
yeah,
sponsored by We All We Got.
Yeah, you know
CGA.
that.
Okay.
Speaking into existence, we got to do that too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's cool.
So off record, y'all was telling me about some heavy hitters that y'all ran into in the cannabis world.
Yeah.
Just name a few, you know, and
Man.
who sticks out the most
Ooh,
that
that-
y'all ran into that actually are heavy hitters within the cannabis world.
Yeah. We mentioned John Sally earlier in that story. But meeting Megatron and Rob Sims, shout out to Primitive Group, shout out to Peter.
I've been doing a lot of research on them.
Yeah,
lately,
man, they actually care. Like, you know, it's a lot of people in that game. They just slapping their name on stuff. But, you know, Calvin Johnson, aka Megatron, he's in there. Like, he's taking the leaves off the plants. He's feeding them. He's trimming. He's doing everything. Like, they're doing all the work. And they still getting out there and shaking hands. And,
Right.
and you know, showing people that they are just people.
And shout out to Rob Sims for getting a shirt as well.
Yeah, Rob-
He
Rob
purchased
Sims.
one of our first shirts on our
Lucky
site.
and All Blessed, one of our biggest sellers at the time. You know, him and his wife. Shout out to Lady Sims, man. They are real people, man. The way we met them was through my aunt in Muskegon. She was like, oh, you know, we having a forum about cannabis and about how to break the stigma and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, some dude named Calvin Johnson. I'm like, Calvin
Yeah,
Johnson,
Megatron.
Megatron, the wide receiver, my favorite player. And to see that he wasn't too much bigger than me, and I'm like, man, this is so cool. Like,
Yeah.
I got his number. Like, but him and Rob, they really care. And that's what stuck to me. Like, when we get in that space on that level, because we're not, for the record, not yet.
Very soon.
But
Very
when we
soon.
do, like, that's that motto. I want to show people that we really care and we are doing this. Like, I'm not gonna do anything that I can't show you or do it with you. And that was pretty cool with them. I mentioned John Sally. Shout out to Al Harrington,
Right.
Viola. He named this dispensary after his grandma, I want to say.
What was he? A basketball player? Was
Basketball player, yeah. He played
Yeah.
for the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah.
He played here in Atlanta. Super cool guy. Like, I have a sign ball with him. Shout out to Andrew Top again, my business partner from Highly Medicated. He was working there and he told me to come to the grand opening. And man, that dude made me look so short. That's on my Instagram page. Just scroll down to the bottom. Yeah, he was a cool, humble guy. And again, same thing. He cares. He went through the process. He realized that cannabis is really helping him. Like how Megatron, like he cut his career short because of certain injuries. And the whole opioids and taking all those certain pills, that hindered a lot of people, not during the time they only played, but even after their careers. So, man, cannabis is a healing component, and I'm glad that some of the big wigs are out here showing us that it is helpful, and they're actually doing the work too. Al, the same way, he's in Viola, like he's in there. He's not just slapping his grandma's name on the wall. So, yeah,
So let's
pretty
talk
cool.
about it real fast. I don't know if it's going on in the NFL, but in the NBA, they're you could say decriminalizing
Yeah.
or not fining.
It's not gonna hurt on the drug test.
Yeah, right. So how you feel about that?
I love it. Like, this is
A major step
just,
forward, right?
It just helps. It just helps me. It helps us. It helps our community. It's gonna give more people the freedom and the comfort of not having to drive around worrying about what's going on. Like, you can go into a dispensary and get some licensed stuff. You can go to a event space that's licensed for the, just to smoke and try different things. You can meet new people. You can shake hands with different people. Like, shout out to the High End Affair. We're gonna go there soon. Shout out to Chef Nikki. My wife is gonna be able to learn from her, hopefully, because she's in
I
that
would love
space.
that mentorship with her.
She works with a lot of big names too, Devin the Dude, just to name a few, Dave Chappelle, people like that. So it's just nice to see, like, they were fighting for this.
Right.
So to see, like, some of those names I just mentioned, they were going through the growing pains. We're blessed enough to, like, grab the coattails and be on the ride.
Right.
So by the time we get to pass our knowledge down to the next people up, it should be even easier for them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, it's just been a blessing, man, just meeting some of those people. I even met Boston George, like, probably a year or two before he died, at my hotel before I quit. And,
Legend.
yeah, it was legend. And he was so cool. Just laid back. I can talk about it now. He's not here anymore. He rest in peace, but
Right.
he smoked my first grow.
Oh,
Very
man.
first one. And it was cool. It was at an event.
That's a
I was
beautiful
able to do
memory.
it.
That's dope.
I
Yeah.
took a picture with him. He had this bright ass white teeth. It was cool, like an old man, but it was so dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a lot of people in this space that really care and they really out here getting it. All community driven. They having cookouts. Like Rob and Megatron, Rob can cook his ass off. He used to play offensive line for Detroit.
Oh wow.
So he's he's a smoker. Like, he smokes meat and different type of foods. He gets down. So like they throw parties and stuff. Like, everything is community driven. Like, they make people feel good about being a part of it. And you don't have to be a grower. You don't have to be a consumer to be a part of it. It's a whole movement. Like, it's a networking space.
We love it. We love it.
Yeah.
We truly appreciate you two for coming through, taking
Thank
time
you
out
so
y'all
much.
busy
Thank you so
schedule.
much.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
we love it.
So nice
we
to
all
finally
we
tell our
got.
story with y'all. We all we got,
Yeah.
man. And I love it.
Such
We gonna
a pleasure
stick to
that
it.
y'all came here, you know what I'm saying, and told y'all story for the first time
We
here
had to.
on this platform. So we truly appreciate you guys.
For sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.